The captain Connor Holliday will run through the two lineups once more if you are just joining us at the recreation ground this afternoon. So we'll start with the Swinton lines on this occasion. They line up with Louis Roberts at fullback, Harry Hyam and Ethan Fitzgerald on the wings, Ellis Anderson and Adam Jones in the centres. It's a half-back partnership with Rhys Breeze and Jack Stevens, Jamie Reddycliffe and Adam Sidlow at the starting props, Johnny Openshaw at hooker. Second rows are Aaron Lynch and Finlay Beardsworth. Loose forward is Kenny Baker. On the interchange bench, former Haven loanee George Roby, Jordan Brown, Bobby Shingler and Trent Kelly Duffy. Jordan Paggett is the 18th man if needed this afternoon. For Whitehaven, they line up with Jay Weatherall at fullback, Mitchell Todd and Max Anderson-Moore on the wings, Chris Taylor and Joe Hartley in the centres. It's a half-back partnership with Jack Newbeck and Ethan Bickerdike. Starting props Jake Pearce and Jordan Thompson, Alison Allgate in at hooker. Second rows are Connor Holliday and Rio McQuiston with Jack Kellett in at loose forward. On the interchange bench, it's Brad Brennan, Luke Collins, Mason Lufway and Daniel Spencer-Tonks. The 18th man if needed this afternoon is Josh Blinkhorn. Team manager Ellis Scribbin has kicked the ball onto the field, going to be going collected by the Swinton man, so it'll be Swinton attacking right to left from our position. They're attacking the Kells end in the first half. Whitehaven will collect and be attacking the Railway end in the first half. It will be Jack Stevens to get the game underway. Kick-off comes now from Stevens. It's going to be collected by Ethan Bickerdike in at half this afternoon. Just pops it up to Mitchell Todd, and Todd will then be the man to fetch it forward. He's wrapped up around about 11 metres away from his own line. Is Todd. It'll be Holgate lining weight at dummy half, and he'll just get it into Jake Pearce. The returning Jake Pearce missed last time out at Dewsbury. 16 metres when he's taken down. Into the middle now with Jordan Thompson. Johnny Openshaw's dragged him down, and Adam Sidlow and a couple of others have completed that tackle. Holgate comes back towards the middle once more now with Jack Kellett in at loose forward. 7 tries in so far for Jack Kellett this season in 14 appearances. Really made that step up from NCL rugby look quite easy to be honest as Jack. But Whitehaven going to be brought down now on the 5 and last with Rio McQuiston. They've made it to their own 40. It'll be Newbeck in. You imagine he'll be doing a majority of the kicking this afternoon. He's got that kick in and he's got it behind Harry Hyam. It's ended up being a fantastic kick. He's collecting it 2 metres away from his own line, and he's going to be wrapped up 11-12 metres away and nearly pushed back a metre or two there as well.
Yeah, it was a great set by Whitehaven, Joe. They took Swinton back to the 10 metre line. Looks like there's a strong wind as well going with Whitehaven. That kick through over the full back then held up in the in-goal area. I expect Whitehaven to start well, Joe. A lot of energy with not playing for that long, and hopefully they can kick on and get a try first.
Looking to fetch the ball forward here are the Rams. Ellis Anderson in at centre this afternoon is the man that's going to be taken down eventually. Bickerdike was involved, but then it's Pearce and Holliday that'll complete the tackle. Openshaw's in there at dummy half, couple of pairs of hands, including now Rhys Breeze, who gets it out again. I think it's Louis Roberts in at full-back. 26-27 metres out from their own line. Here are the lines into the hands of Breeze, who just pops it up for one of his teammates in a luminous orange. We're not going to miss them this afternoon, but they've only made it to their own 30 here. Have the lines. Openshaw goes right into the hands of Breeze, and Breeze will get the kick away. Weatherall is able to collect that on the full 20 metres away from his own line, and now runs it forward, and he'll make 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 metres will Jay Weatherall before being brought down, and Haven start this on their own 40.
Yeah, it was a great defensive set there. They made Breeze kick from his own 30 there, Joe. Now, for the rewards of that, Whitehaven start the half on the second halfway line.
Anderson-Moore plays the ball just over halfway. Comes right now into the hands of Connor Holliday. Holliday taken down just over the Swinton 40 is the Whitehaven captain. 39 metres out. Holgate in there at dummy half finds Jordan Thompson, and Thompson pushes one man off. Openshaw's at him again, but been able to make plenty of metres post contact there is Jordan Thompson. 30 metres out now of Whitehaven in at centre field. Holgate dummy half goes left into the hands of Newbeggin. Newbeggin runs it across the line and trying to find a gap there is the former Millen man. Gets his arm free and finds Joe Hartley in at centre. This afternoon, the new Whitehaven loanee. It is now the 5 and last, the 12 metres out of Whitehaven. Looking to go down that short side. Holgate gets the kick in behind. It's going to have to be dealt with by Louis Roberts. He shouldn't be escaping. He won't escape and force the goal line drop out with Whitehaven. If he can't get the 4 points or can't get the ball back, even better, force the goal line drop out.
Yeah, great set by Whitehaven, Joe. They went right to left, and then Holgate took it down the blind side then, took it on himself, a little groove in, and he's chested up, and he's put the full back behind the line. It's a great set for Whitehaven, but I didn't realise how bad that wind was, Joe. I think Whitehaven's going to have to get a couple of tries up first because they're going to be against it the second half with that wind.
Goal line drop out comes at the feet of Ethan Bickerdike. It bounces and then now collected by Jake Pearce, is the man to fetch it forward, and he's pulled down 35 metres away from his own line. Taylor in at dummy half, then into the hands now of Mitchell Todd. Comes in off the wing to try and take his side forward here. Holgate goes left into the hands then now of Newbegin. Newbegin finds Bickerdike and then comes off the foot of Jay Weatherall and goes into the hands of Joe Hartley. So Whitehaven will look to continue this set. 20 metres out now are Haven. Put down on his back there is Joe Hartley. Holgate comes in towards the middle with Jack Kellett. Kellett gets to them, finds Jordan Thompson, but Thompson's going to be wrapped up straight away. Gets his arm free, however, and it's into the hands of Holgate. Holgate looking to try and dance round the defence. He comes off one. He gets away from a second. Gets the offload away into the hands of Jake Pearce, the former Wafbrow men combining. But he's now taken down, but they're within 5 metres of Whitehaven, just to the right hand side of the post. Holgate loses the ball. Holgate, I think Kellett had slightly overrun that, or Holgate couldn't get the ball away as it was, and it's an error. It goes down to be a Swinton Lions scrum. 4.5 minutes on the clock, still 0-0 here at the recreation ground.
Yeah, I think if Ellison looked up there again, he was on the short side. I think we had a one-man overlap, and Ellison decided to go short on the left side. I think he's been stuck in two minds then. To be truthful, I think Swinton's put a hand in there, George. So I think that's our ball, but I think she's give it to them. But no, it was on the right hand side, but I think Ellison got a shot from one of the big men in the middle who decided to jump left.
So it will be a Swinton scrum. Tanner Jones has give that signal, and it's Jack Stevens, the man that'll feed the scrum. Then goes right from the base of it, and Jack Newbegin and Rio McQuiston involved in that tackle. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. McQuiston and Joe Hartley have got very similar hairstyles, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that this afternoon. But the Swinton man takes it forward. Redcliffe, I think the man that'll fetch it forward. It is now in the man, not mistaken him. It's Adam Sidlaw, the experienced former Super League man, the likes of Salford, being at Toronto as well, wasn't he, when he won this division with Toronto. Goes right into the hands of Kenny Baker. Baker pops it up, and the Swinton man's trying to run across the line, trying to find gaps here in the Whitehaven defence of Swinton. It's into the hands then of Aaron Lynch, and Lynch is taken down, still short, just short of their own 40 here are the Lions. Running across the line is Stevens. Stevens and out the back to Breers. Breers will find Roberts, and Roberts will get it across to the centre, Adam Jones, and Jones is trying to break the Whitehaven defence, but he's brought down a metre short of halfway on what is now the 5 and last. It'll come across to Rhys Breers. Pressure being put on him by Jack Kellett, and he got the kick away, and it's still a hell of a kick collected by Mitchell Todd. It's a fantastic take by Mitchell Todd, and to be fair, that kick from Breers was fantastic considering the pressure he was under. Yeah,
it was a big spiral, and he stuck it really well under the high ball and returned it well. I think Whitehaven's defended well. They've got the line, Jordan. They look keen and full of energy. It's what we need to start like this all the time.
Chris Taylor put down onto his back just short of halfway, and what will be the second tackle here for Whitehaven. Holgate in there at dummy half, into the middle now with Joe Hartley. Hartley will take Whitehaven over halfway and keeps his legs pumping before being brought down 4 to 5 metres short of the Swinton 40 to slow play the ball. Into the hands of Holgate, he'll scoot, and he makes 10 metres or so before being brought down as the former Wafbrow man. Weatherall dives in at dummy half on this occasion. Into the hands of Newbegin. Newbegin with the shove and go. But he's now brought down. It's the 5 and last, 20 metres out. McQuiston has to dive in at dummy half. Comes right into the hands of Weatherall. Left footed cross field.
That's terrible.
Yeah, you can tell why Jay Weatherall isn't in at half this afternoon, and I think he tried to feel for the crossfield kick. Obviously he shouldn't have been the man in at half back, but yeah, that wasn't the best.
No, I think Jay's been giving it, he didn't expect it, and he's just tried to put it to corner. It went too far, it's got on the wind, and just needed a little dink behind Jordan. We'll just defend up there now. I think is it 7 tackles now, Swinton gets him off the line from the 20.
I'm not too sure it's 7 tackles because he didn't go dead, it went over the touchline, so it might just be 6. We'll keep an eye on that one. There hasn't been a 6 against signal from Tyler Jones, so this should just be 6 tackles as Swinton continue to look to fetch his ball forward. Second tackle will be the man taken down here, still short of their own 30 are the Lions. Openshaw's in there at dummy half, looking to get it across the line, out the back now to Louis Roberts, and Roberts, Taylor and Todd wrap him up, and held call comes from the official. Hyam in there at dummy half. Stevens comes across then to Sidlaw, gets it back to Stevens, surely a forward pass, goes out the back, gets waved away. Swinton through Adam Jones in and around halfway now as he plays the ball, and Openshaw will dive from dummy half, and told he's got a bit of speed as Johnny Openshaw, and he's showing that at the moment, and he's made 20-30 metres there before being brought down, so Swinton's made it to the Whitehaven 10 metre line now. It is the 5 and last, comes into the hands of Breers with the over the top, and it's intercepted by Max Anderson-Moore. He's got a bit of speed, Anderson-Moore. Haven't been able to see it so far this season, but he slipped taking that ball and had to take the tackle.
Yeah, they were lucky there, White. If that pass went over that head, they're a 3-on-1, and I don't know who got the interception, but he decided that then, but coming from there, it just shows there, one break and we're through. We've had that much pressure up there, Jordan. We've never made count. It's all from that bad kick from Jay.
Jake Pearce is the man to fetch it forward, brought down 27 metres away from his own line. Jay Weatherall takes his ball forward and now finds Conor Holliday. He gets the ball away to Mitchell Todd. Todd will then step back inside, calls for a high tackle, but our referee signals that he was taken on his shoulder was Mitchell Todd. Jake Pearson will take Whitehaven halfway before finding Jack Kellett. Shouts for pass, forward pass. It's the 5 and last. It's a bit chaotic. Conor Holliday's now putting the kick in, and it's going to be collected by Finlay Beardsworth, and he's going to be wrapped up, taken down by Jack Newbegin. It's a bit chaotic out there in the last 90 seconds or so.
It's a bit mad, Joe. You can tell Whitehaven are struggling with the half-backs and they've got people in there. They need someone to take control, Joe. That's again there. Conor didn't need that ball last, and he's just put a bomb up in the middle on the 30, and he's just find the half-back, find the corners and defending with good energy in their half.
Beardsworth's going to be pushed back 2 or 3 metres there by a combination of Jake Pearce, Kellett, Holgate and Jordan Thompson all involved. Openshaw then goes right from dummy half into the hands of Adam Sidlow. Sidlow's taken down, centre of the field, 3 or 4 metres short of halfway. Openshaw will dive from dummy half with no markers being in there, gets it to Kenny Baker. Whitehaven done well to recover there, and Baker's taken down. It's the 5 and last. Openshaw will come left into the hands of Stevens, and Stevens will put in the kick over the top, trying to pin Jay Weatherall in that corner, and it's just gonna go dead. It's long grass here at the recreation ground. It's been a while since I've seen it left this long, but it still wasn't enough to hold it up, and Jay Weatherall takes a quick tap 20, and Whitehaven will start this with a 7 tackle set.
Yeah, I think Swinton started getting the game now. I think that Swinton's number 9's at Openshaw's starting to see a few bodies left on the ground. He's going and making good yards and people are pushing with him. Swinton plays some nice stuff, Jordan. They're throwing it about a lot. I just think they need to go forward first before they start throwing it about.
Holgate in a dummy half now finds Chris Taylor. Taylor will take Whitehaven to within, I was about to say within sight of halfway, but he's been able to play the ball.
Play on.
You know, didn't need a held call or anything. He just keeping his legs pumping there was Chris Taylor. Jordan Thompson's now the man to take Whitehaven forward. He's made 13-14 metres there, has Thompson. Holgate in there to dummy half, and he's judged to have lost the ball. Kenny Baker's in and around there. He's trying to get up and plays the ball. He's complaining to Tara Jones. He's Jordan Thompson. I reckon in Super League he'd go for the captain's challenge on that one, and it might have been successful.
Do we have nothing like that in this league? No.
You're lucky Whitehaven's got electric, never mind anything else.
I know, I think the ref's unfortunate there. Kenny Baker's all over. Tom Walsh is trying to get up and play. It's one of them ones where, to be fair, she won a same, will she? And she just thinks, I think she's going with what she thought, and unfortunately it wasn't Whitehaven's call.
Will be scrummed down, heading feed to the lines, 32-33 metres away from their own line. They've elected to go in centre field. Stevens will feed the scrum. It's open short at the base of it, and then he'll go right into the hands of the centre, Adam Jones, and Jones is going to be wrapped up, taken down 10 short of halfway on the first tackle. Openshaw goes down the short side once more and finds Ethan Fitzgerald, and they're trying to get him in touch on that far side. Anderson Moore and Jack Newbegin. Hartley was involved in there as well. Yeah, she's quite happy to have a scruffy play the ball area, as long as they're getting back in markers on both sides here. At the moment he's taken down Jamie Reddycliffe, but he's told to play the ball. Goes left into the hands of Stevens, and Stevens will pop it up to Louis Roberts, trying to find a gap in the defence, but that's soon closed by Conor Holliday. Even Bickerdike and Ellison Holgate all involved as well. Openshaw's in there at dummy half, within 30 metres of the Whitehaven line now. Kenny Baker meets Jordan Thompson, meets Jake Pearce, and it's Jack Kellett will get the final shot in as well. 29 metres out are the lines on the 5 and last. Goes right into the hands of Breeze, and Breeze will put the kick in towards the corner. Max Anderson rises to the highest, but he's met straight away by the Swinton defenders. 12 and a half minutes gone, still haven't had a penalty, still haven't had only just the one header from Jordan Thompson.
No, it looks like the ref's letting the play the balls go, and it doesn't really count. I don't think she's moving people off the floor. I think she's giving tackles away before she is, but it's better for Whitehaven. I think Whitehaven need to click on this and play to the rules and try and get away with it, try and get a foot all over it.
Plays the ball, eventually comes into the hands now of Rio McQuiston. Taken down is the back rower, 18 metres out as he plays his ball. Into the hands now with Joe Hartley. Hartley, Jack Kellett calls for the high tackle. You heard the ooze from Marc Shackley next to us, but referee not interested in anything at all. It's a very slow play of the ball. Into the hands now of Jake Pearce, will then find Conor Holliday. Whitehaven attempting to play, but with the slow play of the ball, the Swinton defence are having an opportunity to get reset. Into the hands now of Chris Taylor with a quick pass from Ellison Holgate, and throws the ball out to Mitchell Todd. Great work there from Taylor, and he's eventually taken down as Mitchell Todd on the 5 and last from Addy Hyam. 35 metres out, Holgate going down on his own. Not the best option, but it's gone back off the hands from Ellis Anderson. Anderson will then find Roberts, and he's just been able to step Jay Weatherall before being taken down. Not the best final play option once again from Whitehaven.
No, that's the third case now where anyone just kicked the ball. I think Ellison's went down the short side. He was already on the touchline and put a kick in himself, where I think the halfback was there waiting for the kick, but it's worked out. We've got them on the 10, Joe. We just need to keep them here now.
Trying to pin them deep in their own territory here are Whitehaven. So Whitehaven man got exactly 14 minutes gone. I can't quite tell who it is from here. It's Rio McQuiston. That's maybe been winded in that tackle. We'll have a look and see if there's any scores from elsewhere around Rugby League this afternoon. We know the Rugby League, the BBC Sport website hasn't been the best for keeping us updated on scores in recent weeks, but we'll keep an eye. In the Super League, Hull KR 6, Leeds 0. Championship, Featherstone 6, Barrow 6, Oldham 0, Widnes 0, Sheffield 0, York Knights 6. Down into League 1, Midlands 16, Rochdale 6, Crusaders 20, Workington 10, Keighley 6, Dewsbury 0. Back underway. Into the hands now of Ellie Sanderson. He's pulled down 30 metres away from his own line. Shout of Sir, I think you need to check that one again behind us, but it's into the hands now of Jack Stevens, and Stevens was nearly through the line there. Openshaw's in at dummy half, 12 metres short of halfway, goes right to Breers. Pressure being put on him once more, and the pressure has forced him to put it out just on the full. It was, it died right at the end, but it has still gone over the touchline. That means Whitehaven will start this set, 37 metres or so away from the Swinton line.
Yeah, that's the reward they've had two chases down on Breeze, and they've got right to him, and he's panicked and put it out on the full. To be fair, I think Breeze has kicked well today so far. He's put a couple of high ones up, he's put some in the corner. That's what Whitehaven can do with. I think Whitehaven need to build here, Jordan, and if it gets to the last, put a little dink in and try and build more pressure.
Oh, pass wasn't the best from Ellison Holgate in a dummy half. He bounced in front of Jack Kellett and was eventually collected by Jake Pearce. So Whitehaven probably lost a metre or so on that play. It's into the hands of Jordan Thompson now once more. Pulled down 29 metres away. Centre field here are Whitehaven. Holgate in a dummy half. Comes right into the hands of Bickerdike. In at half this afternoon is Ethan Bickerdike alongside Jack Newbegin. Connor Holliday's taken down 20 metres out of Whitehaven. 6 again. First 6 again given of the game. First infringement of any kind. Into the hands of Jack Newbegin. Newbegin's through. Fantastic work from the Whitehaven half-back in at standoff this afternoon, and it's his first try in a Whitehaven shirt for the former Mingham and England Community Lion, and Whitehaven in their first home game in 8 weeks, just after the quarter-hour mark, have got the first points of the afternoon. It's Whitehaven 4, Swinton 0.
Yeah, it all come from that set restart, Joe, where Whitehaven got extra tackles, and it's come right for left, and Pickerdike's got it. He's run across the line, and he's seen the gap, he's showing go, and he's done the full back for pace, Joe. It's a great set for Whitehaven. It's what they needed. They defended well last set and put the pressure on the kick, and they got the rewards for that. They got the ball in the 30, Joe, so hopefully they keep up with that and keep the energy high. Fantastic work from the former Millen man in Jack Newbegin on the left hand side, like Shacks mentioned, the show and go that he's been able to put that ball down. His first try in professional rugby league, and it'll be Jay Weatherall that looks to have the opportunity to add the extras this afternoon. Back in at fullback is Jay Weatherall, and he was unavailable, I think, for the Dewsbury game. I think it might have been work commitments or whatever it may have been for Jay Weatherall. Joys of League 1 rugby, part-time rugby, is, you'll know, plenty of lads gone right on the night shift or come off night shift and play games. Probably you've done it yourself. Yeah, I used to do it all the time, nights at work. It was never best frowned on by the coach, but you've got to do it, must start, and you've got to go work first. Got to earn the money, but it'd be Jay Weatherall looking to tag on the extras here for Whitehaven, left-footed. So at the best angle for this, to the left-hand side of the posts. Jake P is just getting some strapping around the top of his head. Taking his time is Jay Weatherall, going right through his routine. Comes at it now left-footed. And it's got across the face of the posts for Jay Weatherall. So, hasn't the best afternoon with the boot so far. That kick that was crossfield eventually went out on the full, and then he's missed from not that far out for Jay Weatherall, although I will say he's done a lot better than I would do in that situation, but it remains Whitehaven 4, Swinton Lions 0. Yeah, this is a big set for them now, Joe. Make sure we complete this one, we kick long and we defend again, we just put pressure on them, keep building pressure on them, and hopefully cut more of them sets and it'll crack. Always hear about the set after points, needs to complete. It always is a big set, and if you come with the error deep in your own territory, any pressure that you might be trying to put on, you put them back on yourself. It's a massive one, it's a real one where you need to complete. Even if you just take 6 tries and draw on a kick, it gets you back out your half and back, puts the pressure back on them, Swinton in their half.
Ethan Bickerdike not sure to go left into the hands of Mitchell Todd or right into the hands of Jake Pearce. Eventually went into the hands of Pearce. He'll play that ball, and it's now Mitchell Todd looking to fetch it forward, and Whitehaven put a bit of pressure on themselves with that little bit of delay there from Bickerdike, and it's now Jordan Thompson, and it comes off the hand of Kellett. Set after points, always need to try and complete. Whitehaven haven't done on that occasion. Jordan Thompson looking for Kellett. Kellett wasn't expecting it to come off his arm. It's hit the floor. Scrum down, head and feed in favour of the Lions. 15 metres out from the Whitehaven line.
Yeah, I don't think Muzza will be happy with that at all. I think, like we just said, Jordan just need to complete. Even just take a ball in there, Jordan. We'll go again next time. We'll find Kel next time. I don't think Kel was expecting that, and Tom Bosch must have thought it was there, and he's threw it to him, and Kel didn't have his hands out, just hit him on the chest. He could have been play on, to be fair.
Reece Breers feeds the scrum, comes left now into the hands of Stevens. Stevens with the dummy, then finds Louis Roberts. Taylor with the tackle alongside Ethan Bickerdike. Anderson in a dummy half. 10 metres out of the Lions, and it's just the first tackle. Stevens runs it across the line before popping it up to the loose forward in Kenny Baker. 19 minutes gone here at the recreation ground. Open shot will go right into the hands of Reece Breers. Finds Roberts once more and then gets it over to the hands of Adam Jones, and Jones is going to be wrapped up and taken down. 7 metres out. Comes left. A couple of pairs of hands once more, and it's the prop forward Jamie Redcliffe on this occasion, but he got it away to Baker, and Baker's now taken down 10 metres out in the shadows of the sticks. Open shot. Scoots from dummy half. Tries to get a penalty, but then comes left now into the hands of Aaron Lynch, and Lynch will be wrapped up. Good defence here from Whitehaven. One more tackle for them to survive, as it is the 5 and last. Openshaw comes right into the hands of Sidlow. Sidlow's going to try and crash over. Gets his arm free. Gets the ball away. It comes right back now into the hands of Breers. Breers will then bounces into the hands of Jones. Jones will put the kick in. It's going to have to be dealt with, and it's kicked dead by Jay Weatherall, and the forced the goal line dropout, all coming from that error initially that allowed the Swinton Lions to have the scrum.
Yeah, all coming from that error there, but I think Whitehaven scrambled really well there. They're on the thing. I think Sidlow was nearly over, good offload, it was all on. Whitehaven was scrambling left to right. I think they only had 3 defenders, and Breeze threw a long pass out there, and the centres put a kick in behind. It made Jay chest over and kick it out in the full. Whitehaven under the caution now, Jord.
20 minutes gone here at the recreation ground. Jay Weatherall taking his time with the goal line dropout. Comes now. It's a decent goal line dropout. If that grass wasn't as long, it might have gone out on the not on the full, but it might have gone out on Whitehaven and have got the ball back. But Hyams collected, brought it forward, 31 metres away from the Whitehaven line. Stevens in there at dummy half. Sidlow pops it up for his fellow prop in Jamie Redcliffe. Taken down. Second tackle. 23-24 metres out. Open short in at dummy half. Sidlow will now find Breers. Breers will then find Louis Roberts, and he's lined him up, Joe Hartley, but he's done well as Roberts to escape the clutches of that. Made 7 or 8 more metres before being brought down. 11 metres out now are the Lions. Coming back towards the middle with Kenny Baker. Baker across the line and finds Redcliffe. Redcliffe gets over 10 metre line. 9 metres out here are the Lions at the left hand side of the post, attacking the Kells end here at the recreation ground. Kenny Baker. He's now brought down. One more tackle for Whitehaven to survive once again. Openshaw's in there at dummy half. Goes right into the hands of Breers. Breers will then find Roberts. And then Jones on that side. And the ball's lost by Adam Jones. And it'll be scrummed down. It'll be a turnover ball because it was on the final tackle. Whitehaven will play this 10 metres out. Back-to-back defensive sets from Whitehaven, and they survive, Marc Shackley.
Yeah, they scrambled really well there. Swinton threw a few different shapes in there. And I think the winger there didn't expect that, and it come into his hands, and he could have been in the corner, but they didn't expect it. But I thought Whitehaven's defended really well there, scrambled well, and they've been working for each other now, and they're going to try and get out their own half, Joe, with a decent kick.
Max Anderson moves the man to attempt to take it forward. He was brought down. Jordan Thompson now trying to take his side forward. Done well there as Thompson. He's made 10 metres, despite the Swinton defence being right on top of him. Holgate will go in there at dummy half. Into the hands now of Kellett. Kellett throws a dummy, but then looks to take the line on, and he's made 10 metres as well as Kellett, so congratulations to him. Gets up, plays the ball. Holgate once more in at dummy half and finds Jake Pearce, and Pearce trying to push the defence off, but he's brought down 37 away from his own line. Comes right once more into the hands now of Connor Holliday. Holliday keeps his legs pumping, does well to get on halfway there, does Connor Holliday. It's now the 5 and last, comes right into Bickerdike, and Bickerdike gets the kick in left-footed, and it's Louis Robertson at full-back, 10 metres out who collects it, but the Whitehaven defence is on top. He doesn't want to run it forward there, did Louis Roberts, and he's wrapped up 12 metres away from his own line.
Yeah, that's a better set, a better completion to the set where Bickerdike's just put it in the corner, turned him around, and put a bit of height on it to give time for Whitehaven to go up there now, and they've got them now on the 10 metre line, Joe, for the third tackle, and it puts some energy into this side of the thing and try and keep Swinton up this half.
Bobby Shingler introduced for the Swinton Lions, replaces Jamie Reddycliffe out there. Number 10. And Shingler got on his back, but the Lions are now 25 metres away from the law line. Breeze is in here at dummy half into the hands of Kenny Baker. Baker taken down exactly 30 metres out here for the Lions. Openshaw lining Weir to dummy half. Looks to scoot before getting the pass away to Breeze, and Breeze throws a dummy. He's nearly through the line there. Is Breeze before taken down. He's 7 or 8 metres short of halfway, and then that kick's going to come in from Openshaw. It isn't the best, but it lands in the field of play before being collected by Jay Weatherall on the bounce, and Weatherall's trying to get away from Openshaw. He can't. He's brought down 28 metres away from his own line.
It looks like both teams getting tired, Joe. There hasn't been many subs, has there? It's 25 minutes gone, and it looks like it's opening up a little bit. It's getting a bit pacey.
Just the one, and that's Bobby Shingler just being introduced there, but Whitehaven now getting ready to introduce DST and Brad Brennan down below us, and they will be replacing Jordan Thompson and Jake Pearce. Holgate goes from dummy half, finds Rio McQuiston, takes Whitehaven over halfway on that left hand side. Still a couple of tackles left in the bank here of Whitehaven. Newbegin just pops it up to Jack Kellett. Kellett finds his front 35 metres out here, goes left into the hands of Newbegin with a kick towards the corner, collected by Robertson, and he's met there by Max Anderson, who just dove at his feet, couldn't get away, and pinned behind his own 10 metres there. Fantastic work from Anderson Moore.
Yeah, that's a second great kick he's put in the corner, put a bit of height and give Whitehaven some chance to chest down and get him there, and they pinned him straight away, and they're starting the half in the 20 again, Joe, putting pressure back on Swinton.
George Roby being introduced now. He's a speedy one out to dummy half as well, so Whitehaven will certainly have to keep an eye on him as he replaces Johnny Openshaw. Gets the offload away, does Adam Sidlow, bounces into the hands, comes off the hands of Adam Lynch, to the Whitehaven fans and players say, but it's waved away, and they're going to be pinned behind their own 30 here. Roby lies in wait at dummy half. Gets the ball across then to the recently introduced Shingler. 33-34 metres away. Roby finds Reece Breeze, and Breeze will get the kick away, but it's going to be right down the throat to Jay Weatherall, and it is. Collects it 20 metres away, surveys the situation, looking for the gap there, does Jay Weatherall, and then fetches it forward, brought down 33 metres away from his own line. Yeah. That's stupid from Jay Weatherall, absolutely stupid. He's don't get me wrong, the man's sort of put his head into the ground. He hasn't liked it. When instead of focusing and getting up and play the ball, he's tried to have a conversation. In the meantime, he's dropped the ball, scrum down, head and feet to the Swinton Lions. Yeah,
that's what Swinton guys wanted. He tried to get a reaction, Joe, and he got one, and it bit us back in the thing. Swinton have got the ball back in our 30 now. It's really silly. You just have to get up and play a ball, and if you wanted to say something then, but make sure you play first.
So it'll be scrum down, head and feet to the Lions. 33 metres out, centre field. It'll be Stevens once again to feet the scrum. Roby will be at the base to collect it. Breeze to his left, Anderson to his right, Anderson to his left. He goes right to Breeze. Roberts is there as well, but he doesn't go across to Roberts. He goes into the hands of the centre, Adam Jones. 29 metres away here when they play the ball. And then it's penalty for Whitehaven, first penalty of the afternoon, as we just tick over into the 27th minute. Whitehaven pinned for offside.
Yeah, they're up against it now, Joe. I don't see how she can give that offside there when it's been like that all game, but
fantastic shot on Adam Sidlow, Kellett, Brennan,
shoulder charge.
DST all involved. It might have been a shoulder charge, but we've got away with that one. And then into the hands now of Shingler. Kellett trying to get that tackle in on Roby there as well. But they're 3-4 metres out, not even that. Comes right now. Wasn't the best pass, but Breeze at the bend, he's back to collect it, and he's now running across the line there, is Breeze. Taken down by DST. Still within 10 metres here. Roby's in there at dummy half, looking to go himself. Comes now left into the hands of Stevens. Stevens throws a dummy and then comes back from where it came from. Nearly over there. He is over there. Poor from Whitehaven. Stevens has been able to dance his way over, and the Swinton Lions hit back just short of the 28th minute here at the recreation ground. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. Scores a level. Haven 4, Lions 4.
Yeah, for all the good scramble Whitehaven's done, it's soft. He's gone through the middle. I need a few grab arm tackles on Whitehaven, and he's just dummied and went over, Joe, and they'll be disappointed with that, but it's all come from that mistake from Jay where we didn't need that. We had the ball and we've given a penalty away with having the ball, and they're going to have to try and reel build now, then get a breath now with Jordan, and big kick-off and a good defensive set.
Anthony Murray will be ripping his head out up there, and obviously, you know, you know, obviously they set after points that they've then obviously lost, but then survived from and then conceded a daft penalty, first penalty of the game. Sorry, the knock-on, and then conceded your first penalty of the game for an offside decision, and then he's danced over like the defence wasn't there.
Yeah, you don't need it. You need a little bit more experience will get you through them things there, where you just need to complete, kick well, and most importantly, complete them sets in your own half. Even if you just take 5 drives up and a kick, and that's all we need. And especially after the try, now we're under the cosh. This has been another big set here, Jordan. We're going to try and keep him well, try and stop them there. I think Swinton come alive a little bit now. I think Breeze is getting the ball more in hand and he's kicking well, and they're throwing a lot of shape, and I think Swinton will start opening up now.
Middles have been fairly even. I think it seems to be in the half, so obviously we know Whitehaven are lacking this afternoon. That's sort of taking advantage.
Yeah, I think Swinton look a lot better with the ball, a lot more shape, and I think they know what they're going to do. Their sets are going to finish well, and they know who's going to kick, where I think Whitehaven struggled at the last tackle a few times, and they've only just tried to sort it out. That'll help it later on in the game when people are tired.
Breeze' tag on the extras, which means the Lions lead for the first time this afternoon. It is Whitehaven 4, Swinton Lions 6, 28 and a half on the clock here at the recreation ground. We'll see if there's any scores from elsewhere. Still Hull KR 6, Leeds 0, Featherstone 18, Barrow 6, Oldham 6, Widnes 0, Sheffield 0, York 6. Down into League 1, Midlands 16, Rochdale 12. I think that might have been a 2 o'clock kick-off, so won't be far away from finishing in that one. Kick-off comes from Jay Weatherall. Crusaders 20, Workington 10, Keighley 12, Dewsbury 0. That was a 3 o'clock kick-off. The Crusaders kicked off at 2:30. Lions fetch the ball forward. They're being pushed back was Bobby Shingler, but he gets the offload away into the hands of Louis Roberts, and Roberts is away from third and a fourth Whitehaven defender for being brought down. Hasn't made too many metres forward though, more actually, and pays his 20 metres out. Into the hands now of Finlay Beardsworth. He's taken down. Mason Lufwaite and Luke Collins getting ready to be introduced by Anthony Murray down below us. Into the hands now of Adam Sidlaw. Sidlaw looks to play the ball. Slow play of the ball. 13 short of halfway. Roby scoots from tummy half before finding Baker. Then finds Roberts before finding Ellis Anderson. Anderson's trying to be pushed over the touchline there by... He's lost that ball there. Judged to have been stripped. It's a touch judge's call. There's no way Tyler Jones would have seen that. That's come from the touch judge, who, to be fair, Shacks was right in front of me. I think he's seen something I haven't, though.
No, yeah, definitely that's a call he's given. It's unfortunate for Whitehaven, but it's out again, Joe. That was fifth. I think that was fifth tackle there as well.
Fourth, yeah.
And look where they're at now. Swinton's in our own half now, and we're hanging on a bit of good, Joe. They're going to have to dig in and get this half. We'll get the half time. Into
the middle now with Reece Breeze, and they're looking to go for it from play one. Finds Roberts. Roberts through the line. He's through the line on that right hand side. He's Louis Roberts. He's looking for support. And they are going to be in that right-hand side corner. Ethan Fitzgerald, in just his third appearance for the Swinton Lions, will score his second try. Back-to-back scores from the Swinton Lions. And Whitehaven, their own worst enemy in this last 5 minutes. It's now Whitehaven 4, Swinton Lions 10.
Yeah, it's a penalty and try. Exactly what we said the time before, Joe. We're giving them easy piggybacks to put them shaving. To be fair, Swinton are playing some nice stuff. They've got 2 halves, so they'll run at the line and they'll play out the back. And that was first tackle there, Joe. And they went right, left from right straight away. And they've got us on the open. They're showing to go out wide. And he finished it well.
They went for it right from play one. They sensed something. They knew Whitehaven didn't quite have numbers or didn't have quite players back where they wanted them. They went for it. The ball come. And it went right again. And then Fitzgerald's gone in that right-hand side corner. Good work and good sort of appreciation of what was around them.
Yeah, it was really good. The halfbacks have looked up and they've got no right to go from that there. They were 40 out still, and they must have seen Whitehaven weak or tired that side, and they've gone and done it. And I think Muzza's rang some more changes there. He's bringing 2 more off now.
Yeah, we're saying that Collins and Lufwaite were getting ready to come on. They're introduced to replace, well, getting ready to be introduced to replace Jack Kellett and Ellison Holgate. So Reece Breer's line of conversion pretty much on the popular side touchline. Is 25 metres on the strip, but there's a lot of angle involved there as well. Sort of that position where Dan Abram nailed the conversion back in 2018 in that Good Friday victory against Workington Town. For those who were here, of course, at the Lions is Dan Abram at the moment, not involved this afternoon. Comes at it right-footed.
Remember that conversion?
You should do. You'd have been playing it, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd have been playing for Whitehaven 2018.
Yeah, I don't think we had no right to win that game.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know, we sneaked it, didn't we?
Breeze has missed the conversion on that occasion, so it is Whitehaven 4, Swinton Lions 10. Yeah, he didn't, and then he done it the same again.
Same again at
through there at Workington, yeah.
So off a kick last minute.
Yeah, fantastic scenes.
Yeah,
on both occasions.
No, it wasn't a bad day.
Jay Weatherall with the kick-off.
It's a beauty.
Yeah, it's done well there, and Stevens had to run and collect it, and it's then... I was looking down, you've seen it.
He fell into it, but it doesn't look good when they stare down, everyone runs in it. I don't know how she'll do this. It can go two ways, this Jord.
It certainly can. Clock has been stopped.
Depends what the linesman said to it as well.
I was looking down. Hariyama has stared down. He was going to get up, and then the physios just said, no, stay there.
Yeah, it might not be good, this.
We'll have to keep an eye on this one. Round about 7 minutes to go to the half-time break.
It wasn't that bad, Joe, but...
No, it was okay. Doctor's come onto the field, but I think you're hopefully more precautionary than anything.
Yeah, he was falling.
He was falling into the tackle.
Yeah, he was falling into the tackle, and it doesn't look good. Everyone runs in and shouts, and...
You went ooh straight away though, mind you. Having a word with the touch judge is Tara Jones. He's up on his feet.
Is this the first game?
Sorry?
Is this the ref's first game?
No. She's quite experienced, been running around League One for a couple of seasons now, been in the Championship a few games this season as well as Tara. Having a word with Connor Holliday before pulling out anyone. I think it was Ethan Biggerdike. Was it Connor? Was it Connor? Right, okay, so... Yes, it's just a talking to for Connor Holliday. I seen Ethan Biggerdike when I looked up, so I thought he might have been involved in the tackle, but he's gone for the concussion check as Harry Hyam, so he's just nothing more than a penalty. And the Lions with around about 7 minutes to the half-time hooter. Ball's coming towards us, but we'll bounce on the grandstand roof instead. And we'll start this set 30-40 away from their own line, 10 short of halfway. Takes a tap, does Lynch. Stevens fetches it forward, does Bobby Shingler. No, it's not Shingler that's in there, so... But Roby's in there at dummy half. This is Shingler now fetching it forward. It was a recently introduced Jordan Brown, and he's standing to change. One of these just gone on in place of Harry Hyam. I think they've had a bit of a change around. Yeah, he has. Good work there from Beadsworth to take that ball forward. 33 metres out from the Whitehaven line now. The Lions. Still a couple of tackles left in the bank as well. Breers runs it across the line. Out the back then to Stevens, and they'll find Trent Kelly-Duffy. Fantastic. 28 on he was 28 on their team sheet. He's 29. It's Trent Kelly-Duffy, exactly what you want. Into the hands now of Stevens, and Stevens will pop it up into the hands then of his prop forward, and it is the 5 and last. Roby's in there at dummy half, comes left to Stevens. Stevens with a little neat kick over the top. He's got work to do. Here's Jay Weatherall. He's done well, trying to stay in the field of play, but he won't. He'll be forced just behind the line, and Swinton will get another set of 6 here. And ever since they've got that try and that knock on, they come from Jay Weatherall round about 8 to 9 minutes ago, they've certainly been on top, and the forced a goal line drop out once more of the Lions.
Yeah, you can tell the difference in the team where we're struggling in the half-backs, John, and Swinton have got 2 established half-backs, and it just can't win. They're playing the players when they're on, and they're kicking at corners, and they're chasing, and they're grinding us back. I don't think we've had the ball since that mistake, and it's really tiring.
Knock on there from Stevens. Weatherall will be time off, and his teammates just having a look at him. I think it's the centre Ellis Anderson who's come out on the wing following that loss of Harry Hyam, and he's just looking at it and going, I had that, you've jumped in front of me. He hasn't been able to collect the ball, and Stevens has knocked it on and scrummed down head and feet to Whitehaven. Hopefully the momentum change at the Whitehaven Nate Shacks.
Yeah, that was a little fat Jord. Whitehaven on the pump there, and before half time we can't concede anymore. They've just got to play out this set now, Jord. Kick long, and I think there's only a couple more sets left there. Get us into half time and regroup.
Joe Hartley the man to fetch it following the scrum, and he's done well there as Hartley. He's made 10 metres or so despite the Swinton defence being practically right on top of him. Collins in there at dummy half once again. Slow 6 again, however. Whitehaven still haven't had a penalty in this half, but they've had 2 6 against. Mason Loothwaite in there at dummy half. Collins in at dummy half as Loothwaite played the ball. Brad Brennan pushes his man off. They know about Brad Brennan. He's still got the offload away. It was risky. Very risky. He has collected the ball as Collins, but Whitehaven's only got an extra metre or 2. It almost wasn't worth it. Into the hands of Brennan once more, however. George Roby, he's lost the ball there. I was just about to say George Roby had dived on sort of like a late on and wasn't able to keep the ball. Following that contact from Roby was Brad Brennan, and they celebrate almost like they scored a try there. Swinton, they know how important it is to try and keep Whitehaven out after all the domination they've had in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think Whitehaven are trying to force it now. I think Brad just offloaded then, and he shouldn't have really got away with it, and I think he's tried again there. Just got to keep on, just keep building pressure, and it'll come. Swinton will get tired. We've had no ball for 5 sets. Just got to see them sets out, kick long, and it'll tide will turn. We'll get a break, we'll get a penalty, and he'll come back to us. Just got to try and ride it out.
He's one of them that needs to be keeping his head out there. Experienced campaigner, of course, he's Brad Brennan. Goes right from the base of the scrum into the hands of Adam Jones, and Jones taken down 33 metres away from his own line. Kenny Baker now, and there's plenty of contact in there on Kenny Baker. They're pushing him back. You don't see that all often from Kenny Baker being pushed backwards, but Collins was involved, McQuiston was involved, Brennan was involved. Into the hands now of Kelly Duffy, on loan from the Wigan Warriors. Trent and Dylan, brothers who have spent time at the Lions this season. Roby's scooting from dummy half. He isn't going to get away from Brad Brennan. McQuiston and Collins help them complete the tackle, but they're over halfway here. Stevens now finds Baker. Baker will just pop it up to one of his teammates who's nearly through, gets the offload away into the hands of Rhys Breers. Breers trying to get his arm free. It's the 5 and last. The 20 metres out now are the Lions. Roby's in there at dummy half. Plenty of numbers on this left hand side. Stevens kick towards, and it's going to be collected by, of all people, Daniel Spencer-Tonks, and he's done well there, his DST, to be pulled down 13-14 metres away from his own line.
Yeah, I think we're having a bit struggling now. I think they've got to get half time. I think the middles are tired again, Jordan. They're going to have to try and just do 5 scoots in a long kick, try and get us at half time, no mistakes. I think Swinton have got a tails up here.
Weather all in at dummy half, into the hands now then of Joe Hartley, and Hartley's going to try and keep his legs pumping, and brought down is the centre. 30 metres away from their own line here at Whitehaven. Collins in at dummy half, goes left into the hands of Newbegin, and that's a good run there from Jack Newbegin, makes 10 metres or so. Tries to get a fast play of the ball. Didn't play it correctly, but has got away with it. Collins scoots from dummy half, and he gets the offload away. Comes off the hands, it did. It was a knock on. Stupidity. You don't need. You're trying to get that pressure on. You haven't had a completed set for near on 10 minutes, and then you throw the ball away like that. Jay Weatherall's tried to collect it. He's put his hands out. It's gone backwards, but it's gone forward, then bounced backwards, and to knock on scrum down. And Whitehaven have around about 2 minutes to survive. Hopefully, just the one set, going into what would be a half-time hooter.
Yeah, you can tell Whitehaven's got that much experience out there, Joe. They're just throwing it out anywhere now, Jordan, looking for something to come out. Just need to complete, kick well, and get down there. We haven't had the ball. I don't think we've completed the set for the last 4, and it's starting to tell. It'll alert us in the back end of the game. Like
he did a couple of weeks ago at Dewsbury. Louis Roberts is the man to get the ball from the base of the scrum. He runs it forward. Ellie Sanders is asking Paul Wood whether they should go for one, and he didn't get a response back from Paul Wood.
It's not a bad shout.
It's not a bad shout. They'll make it into the final 70 seconds. Roby's in there at dummy half. Comes left into the hands of Shingler.
Elbow.
Shingler taken down 30 metres out. Roby lining weight at dummy half. Holiday, Bickerdike and Collins all involved in that tackle. In the middle now with Rhys Breers, and Breers pops it up into the hands of Jordan Brown. Roby's in there at dummy half. Will scoot himself, will George Roby. Before finding Kenny Baker, and they won't have to go for one, they'll go for two instead. High tackle on Kenny Baker.
To be fair, Joe, I think Whitehaven will be happy with that, as much as they say I think Whitehaven are on the crack in there. So I think 2 is just as good as 6 for them, and the way it's going, I think Whitehaven can take that and get it in half time and regroup. I think if Swinton had 4 more tackles there or back to 6, I think they would have got us again.
Yeah, I definitely would have done. He'll be happy with what he's seen in the first half. That man walking in front of us, Paul Wood, and there is the final, the half time hooter here at the recreation ground, but the Lions have a penalty. And Rhys Breers will have the opportunity to tag on an extra 2 points and make it an 8-point advantage at the break, following that high tackle on Kenny Baker. And Whitehaven, they'll be lucky to get away with 2 points, because as you said, Shacks, it potentially could have easily been 4 and maybe even 6.
Yeah, doesn't look happy Muzza there coming down to see the team. They've struggled the last 20 Whitehaven. They've had no ball, and that's their own doing, Joe. They've given up every chance they've had, and they've left Swinton back in this, and they've got the tails up now. It's going to be, I think they're going to get a bit of a talent off half time, and they're going to come back out with a different attitude.
Rhys Breers tags on the extras here at the recreation ground. That means the half time score of Whitehaven 4, Swinton Lions 12. Back underway.
Yeah, offside.
Yeah, Luke Collins. It's stupidity, pure stupidity.
It was about at least 5 offside there. It's all right, it was shouting, but it was offside, right next to her.
It's not even close. Do you know, if it was close and you're like, you've seen all weekend, he was at least 3 yards offside.
And right in front of her.
Right in front of the referee. honestly, pure stupidity for Whitehaven.
Oh, he's gone mad.
One thing to note, that Harry Hyam has passed his HIA and is back out on the field for the Swinton Lions. That was following that tackle from Connor Holliday for what they got a penalty for in the... and that was where the second try come from, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, Lions with it straight away. Stevens finds, I think it could be Ellis Anderson on that left-hand side. Finally play the ball now, comes into the cross to Stevens. Stevens offers it up once to Brown, then gets it away to Kenny Baker, and Collins trying to make up for that error alongside DST. 28 metres out here from their own, from the Whitehaven line and the Lions. Into the hands now of Jordan Brown, comes right into the hands of Breers, finds Roberts, finds Jones. Jones taken down, 18 metres out. Fitzgerald in at dummy half, will go left into the hands of Breers, passes in the best, goes backwards into the hands now of Aaron Lynch. Still a few tackles left in the bank here. Roby scoots from dummy half, pops it up to Kenny Baker, and DST will fetch him down. 5 and last. 18 metres out here are the Lions, goes left. A couple of pairs of hands, looks to get the kick through. Into the hands then of Hyam, still 5 and last because it ricocheted off a Whitehaven man. Looks to get the kick over the top. It's going to bounce, it bounces everywhere. Hartley's had to dive on it. Whitehaven survive just.
Yeah, it was really lucky there, scrambling. Swinton again there, then last tackle they weren't sure to do, and just put a kicking up to the sticks, and we've nearly let it up, but we've finally got on it now. We're stuck in our own 10 now, and they get out. Off that mistake again from the kick-off.
Brad Brennan now the man to fetch it forward. Trying to help his side clear his lines, but he's brought down still short of his own 20. Collins in there at dummy half. Chris Taylor looking to do some hard yards now on his return to the team. 28, well, he's going to be 30 metres out by the time he plays his ball. Collins once more in at dummy half, goes right into the hands of Weatherall, and taken down is the Whitehaven fullback, 39 metres away from his own line. 5 and last, goes right. Bickerdike gets a kick in, it's charged down, and it's bounced into the hands of Jack Stevens. And when it's not your day, Whitehaven, it isn't your day. And when you haven't got a half back in there.
It's happened a few times. We've mentioned the kicking and last tackle. He's too close to the play of the ball. There's no one blocking him, and he's had 2 people on him there, and he's just kicked it right in the hands, and the bounce is landing back in the Swinton guys, and he's went 40 metres, and he's been untouched, and it all started from that kick off again. Joe, we said before, he was in front of the kick. Silly little things that doesn't help us get back in the game, and now they're right under the cush, Joe, and I don't think the coach will be happy how we've started the second half, following on from the first.
We asked at half time, I was trying to listen to see if I could hear anything. Now there wasn't too much noise from what I could hear coming out the changing rooms, because obviously we are just right to our right hand side. But I imagine if you were in there now, or you're in the head of Anthony Murray, not an awful lot of it would probably be broadcastable.
No, I think if he had his time again, I think he would have went all in on them now after that start, Joe. I think he would have given it, and to be fair, they haven't done anything different from the first. They just carried it on, and they need someone to get out of this game, Jordan, and direct them round and get to the set and complete and kicking, and it'll come. The chances will come. They've just got to get back in their arm wrestle, Jordan. Try and complete a few sets with Swinton and go set for set with them.
Breer's taking his time, looking to add on this conversion attempt. Two teams. What can you do about the charge now? Hull KR8 leads 0 at half time. Featherstone 30, Barrow 6, Oldham 6, Widnes 0, Sheffield 6, York 18. Reece Breers does tag on the extras, so it is now Whitehaven 4, Swinton Lions 18, a full-time scored in League 1. Midlands 22, Rochdale 20. Crusaders now 38-16 up against Workington. Half-time scored at Cougar Park was Keighley 20 Jews before. And then the final game in League 1 this afternoon, it is now Whitehaven 4, Swinton Lions 12. 4.5 minutes gone in the second half. And on this occasion, Whitehaven, please ensure you stay on side. They all do on that occasion. So the kick comes down the field, collected on the full, and the Swinton man runs it forward, runs it hard, runs it straight. And Whitehaven are attempting hard in defence. You can't lack the effort in defence. They're just giving themselves far too much to do.
Yeah, it's a big set now for Whitehaven. No penalties, no mistakes, and try and keep Swinton in their own half, make them kick long, and we're just going to try and get back in this arm wrestle, Joe. Go step for step with them, and they'll crack eventually. They'll make a mistake, and we've got to take our chances.
A reminder that they were 12-0 down in the Challenge Cup tie back in...
What's happened there?
Oh. Yeah. exactly what Ian, the Swinton media guy, said behind us. You might have just caught that up, though. I think he banged his head, but he's got up limping as well as Rio McQuiston, so I'll be hoping it's nothing too serious. So he's struggling. He's the second rower.
They're the ones you worry about, don't you? When they're going around and you just go down.
Hope he's okay to continue. He'll take his decision, Rio McQuiston. We'll have to keep an eye on that in the next couple of minutes. Do play the ball now, do the Lions. Robbie's in there at dummy half, and it's Jordan Brown who's run very hard since he's been introduced around about the half-hour mark. Robbie in there at dummy half. Comes right into the hands of Shingler, and Shingler's met by Brennan, who's shouting towards the referee there, wasn't he, Brad Brennan? I think he was maybe shouting towards a forearm on an elbow, and he's not happy with that. Kick comes. Jay Weatherall goes down onto one knee to collect it, but he is doing so and has brought it forward to his own, just short. He's on his own 30 now. Is Jay Weatherall. Anderson moving in there at dummy half, into the hands of now with Mitchell Todd. Jack Cannott's getting reintroduced down below us. Yeah, Rio McQuiston's afternoon is done. Into the hands now with DST. So Loothwaite to centre. Loothwaite to second row. It'd be Kellett backing it loose forward. Brad Brennan has had 6 again called in favour of Whitehaven. Still no penalties for Whitehaven, but 3 6-agains they've had so far. Collins in there at dummy half. Jack Newbegin is looking for support as Jack Newbegin, and there wasn't an awful lot around him, but he's pulled down 40 metres away from the Swinton Lions line now. Collins in weight at dummy half. Will go right into the hands of Kellett. They'll find DST, and DST is taken down 32-33 metres away. Collins goes into the hands now. Even Bigger Dyke runs through the line, finds out Conor Holiday. Cristiello on his right hand side. Whitehaven. Oh, he's just. I didn't think he was going to get that ball down there, did Cristiello. But on his return to the team after becoming a father for the second time, he gets his first try of the season. Does Cristiello, the experienced campaigner. And Whitehaven do hit back in a timely manner. Whitehaven 8, Swinton Lions 18.
Yeah, Joe, like we were saying, we go set for set with him, we'll get our chance to do that. Pickerdike's going to the line again. Show goes, broke through, find Conor O'Connor's one-on-one with the full-back and following Chris Taylor there. I think Chris just got to put it down. I think he was trying to get a bit
trying to get it a bit further on,
for the kick, but nearly cost him, just put it down. But no, I think just shows there Whitehaven's back in it now. Just got to go set for set. The time will come, defend well, kick well, and it's all on.
7.5 minutes gone in the second half. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. It is now Whitehaven 8, Swinton Lions 18 here at the recreation ground. Jay Weatherall 20 metres out on the straight. He's sort of 20 metres in from the popular side touchline. Similar positions from where he took his first attempt from in the first half, following that try from Jack Newbegin, and he wasn't able to tag on the extras was Jay Weatherall, but he'll hoping to try and tag it on this occasion. He'll take his time. Jay Weatherall starts to take them steps forward now towards the ball and strikes it across the face of the goal once more. And that's certainly something that if Whitehaven can get back in this, will need to improve to try and ensure they can get anything out of this game. It remains Whitehaven 8, Swinton Lions 18.
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest kick, John. It's windy, but to get back in the game, they've got to kick them. You can tell we struggled all day without kicking off tee, kicking on last, and really need half back and kick for us, George. It makes a difference.
Game back underway from the boot of Jack Stevens. Oh, we're allowed it to bounce. Oh my God. Even Bickerdike does collect it. I don't know how, but he did. He was tackled straight away though, and it's now DST looking to be the man to fetch it forward. That's what Whitehaven need. Forward runs like that. He's taking down his DST. They really do need a clearer play of the ball as well, which they haven't got at any point, to be fair. That's on both sides this afternoon. Mitchell Todd's the man taken down. In there at dummy half is Collins, and into the hands of Brad Brennan, looking to take it forward. Continues to pump his legs, does Brad Brennan, and takes Whitehaven within 7 metres of the halfway line. Comes left into the hands of Jack Newbegin. Newbegin then finds Mason Loothwaite. Tries to spin on, does spin out to that tackle, was Mason Loothwaite. Made 4-5 extra metres there as the former Kells man finds his front. It is the 5 and last. 32-33 metres out here at Whitehaven. Collins comes into the hands of Newbegin. Puts the kick. Oh, just but I thought that bounced just in the field of play, but the touch judge has said it went over the went over the touchline. There's not too many complaints for Whitehaven. There was a little one from Jack Keller, but he was one of the furthest away, so it wasn't the best final play option, but he's actually unlucky there, Jack Newbeck. 6 inches further right, and that stays in the field of play.
It was the right idea, Jordan, in the air in the left hand side where we've been attacking, and it just lands on the line and on the lines of the line. But a lot better set from Whitehaven there. They're starting to get in. They're just going to start sharpen up that kicking game, and it'll come.
Connor Holliday takes a Swinton man down in conjunction with Ethan Bickerdike. It was Louis Roberts, the fullback, the man that was wrapped up. Oh, fantastic ball and all. DST and Jack Kellett involved. No surprise that Kellett is involved on that one. Comes right, Baker. Baker then goes back to where that play the ball had sort of came from, and it's DST and Kellett once more. Collins helps them complete the tackle. They are in the Whitehaven half now. 42 metres out from the try line. Breers pops it up to Finley Beardsworth, and Beardsworth, it's Kellett involved once more, and it's Luke Collins involved once more on that occasion. It is now the 5 and last. Roby will come right into the hands of Breers. And they're trying to put pressure on Breers once more, and Breers has gone down like he's been shot. They're happy to let it bounce. It's knocked back, forward, knock on, offside, differential penalty, take what you want. It's Whitehaven's ball.
Yeah, they were lucky again. Whitehaven late bounce there. It was a great kick by Breers right in the corner again, and it's bouncing. But unfortunately, the Swinton's knocked it forward. It's got us back now 20, Joe. We've got to try and complete again and try and turn the pressure back around on Swinton.
I try and not say big Cumbrian on this server, and then you come up with words like forward. Yeah, no. Max Anderson, who plays this ball, goes right into the hands now with Joe Hartley. This will be second tackle when he's wrapped up. And he's done so 31 metres away from his own line. In the middle of the field, goes right into the hands now with Mitchell Todd. Good run from Todd. Makes so many metres post contact that he's now only 5 short of halfway. Into the middle now with Jay Weatherall, and Weatherall takes Whitehaven over the halfway line, and he's now 41 metres away from the Swinton try line. Collins in there at dummy half once more. Into the hands of Jack Newbeggin. There's not an awful lot on the play from on the same play as Jack Newbeggin, but he slips does Louis Roberts, and he's not going to get away from Mason Lufwaite and Newbeggin. Good work there from the two to ensure they could nail the Swinton full-back and take advantage of the mistake of the slip.
Yeah, the best kick of the half so far was right in the corner. We've turned their full-back round. We've got them in their 10 now, George. Got to make sure we give no penalties away and keep them in their half.
Looking to continue to fetch this ball forward. Bobby Shingler, I think that is. It's looking to fetch the ball forward. Actually, no, it could be Ethan Fitzgerald. It is Fitzgerald. Roby now finds, and that's Beardsworth, and Beardsworth's taken down 25 metres away from their own line. Roby scoots from dummy half and met there by DST, who was in at marker. Lufwaite in that marker as well, and Jack Newbeggin. 5 and last, and short of their own 40, way short of their own 40. Breeze looks to get the kick in, and he's been pressured, being put on him once more by Jack Newbeggin. I've never seen I can't remember the game for a while when I've seen so many kicks go out on the full. That's at least the 4th, even 5th, that's gone out on the full so far this afternoon.
Yeah, we've had some shocking kicks today by both teams. He's tried that in the first half, that spiral bomb, and it hasn't worked off this time. He's gone right over the stand, and it's left Whitehaven on the 30 with a set of 6 to go. I think it's good. If this Quab's eyes and tries to I think he'll be fuming to get Paulwood against Breers.
Jack Kellett, the man that's taken down 12 metres out. It is the second tackle in the middle of the field. Collins goes right. Bickerdike just had to bend his back slightly. Finds Newbeggin now. And Newbeggin's wrapped up 11 metres out. Collins lying in wait at dummy half. Goes right into the hands of Ethan Bickerdike, and Bickerdike's trying to get over and use his strength. He's Ethan Bickerdike, but he's just going to be hauled down short. Joe Hartley's screaming for it on this left hand side. It's a slow play of the ball. Oh, it's gone backwards into the hands then. They were looking for Brad Brennan, and they knew exactly what was coming. Too close to the line, in my opinion, to try and do that. There was no room in sort of to work.
It's a narrow pass as well. He's tried to himself 3 people to find Brad as well, and it's that close to the line. You've got to catch it and nail it, and Brad was able to catch it. We've just given them the ball back straight away without building much pressure.
Scrum down, head and feet to the lines. Just ticked over into the 55th minute here at the Recreation Ground. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. It is Whitehaven 8, Swinton Lions 18. Both sides have scored 1 try since the half-time break. Roby from the base of the scrum finds then Adam Jones, and Jones is taken down. Needs to be another good defensive set here from Whitehaven. Mason Lufwaite, good work from Marker in conjunction then with Joe Hartley to fetch the man down. Roby once more in at dummy half. Scruffy play the ball, but they get away with it. Beardsworth is now the man to fetch it forward. Third tackle, and Swinton still behind their own 20 here. Roby once more in at dummy half into the hands of Brown, and Brown's now trying to fetch it forward. They can try and keep them short of their own 40. Whitehaven will see this as a success. Roby in there at dummy half. It's the fourth tackle into the hands now of Kenny Baker, and Baker's done well, taken down, and he's 38 metres away from his own line. Roby goes left into the hands of Stevens. Stevens gets the kick in. It's going to split Todd and Jay Weatherall. Weatherall collects it 12 metres away. Continues to fetch it forward. Brad Brennan being taken off, as is Luke Collins, replaced by Jordan Thompson and Alison Holgate. Max Anderson-Moore looking to break through the middle. That was Max Anderson-Moore. Fantastic run from the winger, but he's now taken down. That's surely a second effort. Where's the touch judges at? DST now the man to fetch it forward. Gets the offload away into the hands of Alison Holgate. Comes down off a Swinton man. That's offside. Yeah, accidental offside, but it's offside.
That's a great handling by Swinton there. We'd scored the Ellis and got the offload away, and we were in. Kel was in there if it went hand.
Oh, why you never made so many interchanges? They made 7 interchanges.
What'd you get, 10?
8. So they've got 25 minutes left with 1 interchange. Into the hands now with Jack Kellett. Kellett, Whitehaven took the tap from that penalty, by the way. Holgate in at dummy half. Looking to go for himself there, he's Alison Holgate. Looking to get his arm free as well. 3-4 metres out now, Whitehaven. To the left-hand side of the post. Kellett dives in at dummy half. Goes right into the hands of Jordan Thompson. That wasn't the ball. DST was running on it, but I don't think that was the ball either. Holgate goes right to Bickerdike, then finds Conor Holliday. Conor Holliday gets the ball free to Chris Taylor.
Nice.
You wait for a try all season and then you get 2 within 10 minutes, does Chris Taylor. Whitehaven hit back once more. Whitehaven reduced the deficit to 6 points. It's now Whitehaven 12, Swinton Lions 18. And as you said, Marc Shackley, once you can get back into the arm wrestle, get back into the grind, opportunities will come. Whitehaven have got back-to-back tries.
It just shows that where Swinton give the penalty away and they can't defend back-to-back sets. That's all you've got to do. You've just got to keep building pressure and it'll come. Just whoever cracks first. And on our side where Swinton's cracked first and Connor's gone to the line, he's broke through and he's got a one-arm offload away. Pickerdike who's went over in the corner and it's a great try now, and Whitehaven all back on now, Joe. The tails are up and Swinton look tired.
Just need a conversion attempt now. It'd be nice. Just try and get back within that one score.
He'll nail this one.
Confidence from the former Whitehaven captain in.
This will be his hardest one as well.
It will be.
He's only on halfway.
I wouldn't quite say that far, Shacks. Christ.
He's on 30 nearly.
Although, yeah, he's closer to I'll give you that. He's closer to the halfway line than he is the try line. I'll give you that one. I will give you that one. But Jay Weatherall, right hand side, he's 5 metres in from the popular side touchline. 26, 27 metres on the straight. He'll come at it left footed. Paul Wood giving some instruction to a Swinton player down below us. Can't see who it is as they're getting sorted to come on. But Weatherall will come at it now. Jay Weatherall. I was going to say the Kells then told you before. I could tell you. Fantastic. They knew straight away. Well done, Marc Shackley. Confidence personified in Jay Weatherall there. If you could just say that, maybe for the next 20 minutes or so, if Whitehaven get any more. The Whitehaven has reduced the deficit to 4. 3 tries apiece, and it's just 2 extra conversions, but 1 conversion and 1 penalty goal that gives Swinton the lead here at the recreation ground. Kick-off comes from the boot of Jack Stevens, and Weatherall will collect it. Into the hands then now with Jordan Thompson. And Thompson's the man to fetch it forward. 21 minutes to go here at the recreation ground. Holgate into the hands now of Jack Kellett. Kellett continues to keep his legs pumping. Good work from the loose forward. Holgate comes down the short side into the hands now with Mason Lufwaite. Lufwaite will be put down onto his back. Just short of halfway. Holgate once more in at dummy half. Newbeg in now finds Jordan Thompson. Finds DST. Trying to escape from there. Gets the offload away into the hands of Conor Holliday. Holliday over the top. That pass wasn't on. Mitchell Todd dives on the ball and just stays in the field of play. Whitehaven lost a bit of momentum here. Taylor caught from dummy half and he's being pushed back 2-3 metres there. It's the 5 and last, and Whitehaven still in their own half here.
Give that kick away.
Bickerdike does get that kick away. It's not a bad kick in the end.
It's a good kick.
Louis Roberts collects 11 metres away from his own line. Defensive line setting up in front of him. He's trying to escape the clutches of them. He's not going to escape the clutches of Joe Hartley. And then Mason Lufway, Jack Newbegin, completes the tackle, and Swinton looking tired now, Shacks.
Yeah, they've started turning the corner. Wyvern's just completing another set there and put a kick deep in. And I think Wyvern's getting off the line now, Jordan, putting real intent in these tackles now. I think they've got the tails up, looking to finish strong.
Kenny Baker's now the man to fetch his side forward, trying to use the experience of Baker there at Swinton to get themselves forward. Johnny Openshaw's getting ready to come on down below us for Swinton. Into the hands now with Breers. Now finds Roberts. Whitehaven's defensive line is set, and it's Mason Lufway once more. He's been fantastic since he's come onto the field as Mason Lufway. And Roberts says he's took a knock there. Gets up and plays the ball slowly. Jones goes left. Into the hands now with Reddycliffe. Fantastic work from Holgate and DST combining to fetch him down. Jordan Thompson involved there as well, and he's struggling to get up and play the ball now. No.
What's up?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I think she's maybe noted he's took a head knock, or George Roby said he's got a knock to his head. Still don't know. Pass next question, Shacks, is my honest response to that one, but it is now the 5 and last. Goes left into the hands of Stevens. Probably lucky I haven't seen a green card there, to be fair, because she's had to stop the play due, because of that, and there hasn't been an injury. Kick comes and collected by Mitchell Todd, and Todd has brought this to his own 30. So Whitehaven starting 10 to 15 metres further forward than what we've seen in the first half and at the start of this second half. Yeah,
it's getting a lot better for White, but Swinton have completed a good set there and put a good kick in. And I think both teams now will trying to see the game out, and Whiteham's going to have to try and push and get another try.
Joe Hartley's now the man to take Haven forward. In the middle of the field there is Hartley. On halfway exactly, centre field. Holgate in a dummy half, comes left into the hands of Jordan Thompson, and Thompson's met by Kenny Baker. Gets a quick play of the ball. Holgate will scoot. Now into the hands of DST. They're within 20 metres of Whitehaven, but it is now the 5 and last. Holgate in the dummy half. He gets scoots and goes. Puts the kick in behind. Far too much, far too on it. Jay Weatherall was on the same plate.
Jay's going to get sin-binned.
Jay's going to get sin-binned, yeah.
You can't do that.
He's done it. He's already been sin-binned once for it this season.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah,
can't do
absolute
it. Right.
Stupidity. It's the second time he's done it this season, and both times he's been sin-binned for it. You just get yourselves back into the game, and then your fullback goes and does that. It's pure stupidity.
Yeah, that's the rule now, Joe. And the guy just trying to slow it down, waving out there. They know that Swinton are going to go for that quick tap, and Jay's just kicked the ball away, not letting him do it. And
you get away with it.
That's right. It's a rule, and we should know better.
You get away with it when there's no touch judges, which, to be fair, at NCL D3 when Jay's been playing, there isn't any touch judges, especially at this up here. You're not getting away with it in League One.
Wyvern will just get back in that game now with the tails up, and they're going to have to go now 10 minutes with the full-back down and then the kicker down.
So Max Anderson drops in at full-back. So Whitehaven, short obviously of a man, is going to elect to go down the short of a winger on this left-hand side.
We've only got one sub left as well, haven't we?
They certainly have a Whitehaven, yeah. 18 minutes to go, they've only got one interchange left. Swinton play the ball. Openshaw's in there, dummy half. Baker gets it across then to Jordan Brown. Collins and Kellett nail Jordan Brown there. Plays it on halfway, goes left. Couple of pairs of hands. Into the hands of Ellis Anderson. Anderson's taken down. 39 metres away from the Whitehaven line. Stevens. Into the hands now with Kenny Baker. And Baker's going to be wrapped up. DST's involved. Mason Lufway and Holgate all involved too. Going to come down this right hand side while Whitehaven are short a man, so it'll be. Let's have a look. Hartley. Max Anderson with the man to collect eventually. And it's now Joe Hartley to look and try and help Whitehaven go forward here, but he's wrapped up 23-24 metres out. Into the hands then of Holgate. Now into the hands of Mitchell Todd. Comes in off the wing to try and help his side forward. 28 metres away from his own line here. Whitehaven need a penalty. Or just 6 again or something. Chris Taylor. He's going to be wrapped up. Holgate quickly out the dummy half and now finds Conor Holliday trying to utilise a gap on that right hand side. He's taking down his Conor Holliday, but Whitehaven's 41 metres out. Calling for the penalty on a 6 again there, and it's even bigger. Dyke will now put this kick in on the 5 and last. It's Jack Kellett on the chase. Louis Roberts will do very well to get there. He had to run round to get it, and then he's met by Max Anderson-Moore, Mason Lufwit and Jack Newbegin.
Yeah, it was a real good set from Whitehaven there. They're trying to pass it about a bit and try and get something out of it. They go kicking, go chasing. That with the bounce there, Keller got it, and Lando took it into the fold to save Swinton.
Trying to get them closer to the touchline, but he played this ball down. Adam Sidlow's been reintroduced to replace Jordan Brown out there for the Swinton Lions. Redcliffe trying to get this ball away, and Stevens with the dummy. He's intercepted by Mitchell Todd. Fantastic work from Mitchell Todd. 20 metres out to Whitehaven, make that 15, make that 10 metres out here to Whitehaven. They need to relax.
I don't know why Swinton are doing that. They're playing out there, they're playing passing the ball out there. I don't know why with the ball on the 10.
DST, Daniel Spencer Tongs.
He's there.
Oh, I thought he'd lost that there to DST.
Whitehaven just need completely. Joe, don't push it, don't need to play. He's in.
Jordan Thompson. Has he got that ball down? Is he held up? Penalty to Whitehaven. It's ball strip.
This is where we need complete, Joe. Don't offload it. Just if it's on, go for it, but we don't need to push it. Just keep building, keep them down here.
Whitehaven have got a full set of 6 now. They just need to relax. Someone with an experienced head out there just needs to have that conversation. Connor Holliday will take the tap. Will look to go himself, will Connor Holliday. There's 4 Swinton Lions defenders round him. You can hear the popular side and the Kells end all getting hyped up. Comes left into the hands of Ethan Bickerdike. Pass wasn't the best, and he's lost it there.
He ripped that.
Ripped it backwards though, one-on-one tackle. And that's why the referee did signal all along, because it was ripped backwards and a one-on-one tackle. And Jordan Thompson's lucky he hasn't been pulled for the high tackle there. Second tackle, 10 metres out from their own line of the Lions. Openshaw now finds Adam Sidlow. 14 and a half to go as we make it here at the recreation ground. It's Haven 14, Lions 18. Whitehaven down to 12 men temporarily due to the sin binning through his own stupidity really of Jay Weatherall. That's fantastic tackle however from Ellison Holgate. Breers pops it up and now finds Finlay Beardsworth.
No way.
Taking over the horizontal. How? He was already on the ground.
He was on the floor, they picked the leg up.
Honestly,
like to put him down. It's never a penalty.
No, never a penalty in the memory of man. $14 to go at the recreation ground. Breers will find the touchline. Fitzgerald picks the ball up into the hands now of Jones. Will take the tap. Breers will then find Sidlow, met by Kellett, DST and Jordan Thompson. They need to keep Swinton out here to Whitehaven if they need to want to get anything from this game. DST completes the tackle alongside the initial contact up on from Jordan Thompson. Openshaw goes left from dummy half into the hands then of Stevens. That's a forward pass. Lynch got the ball away. 29 metres out here are the Lions. Openshaw once more in at dummy half. Stevens goes into the hands of Kenny Baker. Fourth tackle. 25 metres out. Comes right into the hands of Breers. Looking over the top. The no Whitehaven is short on that side. The no Whitehaven is short and Breers look for the ball over the top. It'll be scrummed down. Well, no, it's a turnover ball these days, isn't it? Being sent to the field. And it is 20 metres out. Jack Kellett with ball in hand. 12 and a half to go as we make it here at the recreation ground. Anthony Murray's making his way down to the touchline. Yeah,
it's another let off for Whitehaven there. Swinton don't need to play that player, especially with a man down and they're in the league. Just put a kick over and then they haven't the Breeze waiting for the big 4-man cut out pass and it's never come to hand, and then now Whitehaven's going to have a chance of going down the pitch to score.
Mitchell Todd put down onto his back. 35 metres out from his own line here is the former Lauker man. Holgate into the... lost by Jordan Thompson. Lost by Jordan Thompson into Adam Sidlow. Be scrummed down, head and feet to Whitehaven, to the Lions. 35 metres away from the Whitehaven line. Well, Tada's took them back 3 or 4 metres further than what I thought it should have been. She's put it back to the 35 metres. I thought it was more on the 40 metres, but... Scrum down, head and feet to the Lions. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. 11 and a half to go as we make it here at the recreation ground. Comes right from the base of the scrum. Now into the hands of Adam Jones. Joe Hartley and Jack Newbegin complete that tackle. Openshaw in there at dummy half. Goes left into the hands now with Breers, and Breers runs it across the middle before finding Redcliffe. Redcliffe met by Kellett. Fantastic work. Kellett, Thompson and Jack Newbegin involved as well. Will go left from the play of the ball. Into the hands now with Louis Roberts, and Roberts will now find Ellis Anderson. And Whitehaven trying to get them close to the touchline, but Anderson sensed that danger. Hits the floor, 20 metres out. Hyam in at dummy half now. Stevens pops it up to Adam Sidlaw. Met there by Jordan Thompson. Holgate involved as well. Openshaw comes right into the hands of Baker. 5 and last now. Whitehaven 1 more to survive. 10 metres out of the Lions. Goes left. Sidlaw back into Openshaw looking for the kick. That should go dead. It will go dead. It'll be a top 20 set and a 7 tackle set for Whitehaven as well.
Swinton had 4 men over there, 4 on 3, and he's kicked it and they've all flung the hands in the air and it went dead. It wouldn't have been so bad if it held up in the in goal, but now Whitehaven's got 7 tackles to go the full length.
Mitchell Todd, the man who finds 10 metres. Now into the hands of Max Anderson-Moore. Anderson-Moore pulled down, 12 short of halfway. Taylor's in there at dummy half, and why he's not a hooker is Chris Taylor, but he's made 4 to 5 metres post contact. It's only 4 to 5 metres he made. Kellett now in centre field will take Whitehaven over the halfway line. Holgate in there at dummy half. It's slow, so slow. Into the hands now with Bickerdike, finds DST. Keeps his legs pumping. Does the prop forward. Holgate comes left into the hands of Newbegin, finds Bickerdike, then finds Hartley. Hartley's trying to escape the clutches of Ethan Fitzgerald, but he can't do. The 5 and last now.
Nice kicking.
It's come to Ellison Holgate. Is that staying in the field of play? Hold on, whose ball's that? Knock on, who's knock on? It's a Whitehaven knock on off Max Anderson-Moore, says Tara Jones. And it will be, yeah, it's a play the ball to the Swinton Lions. I couldn't see from where I was. Yeah, but it's a scrum down. Scrum down, head and feet to the Lions as we're into the final 9 minutes here at the recreation ground.
Yeah, it's another last tackle option where we've just kicked it in the air, and I think Ellison's kicked it this time. I don't know how many times. I think everyone's had a go kicking for Whitehaven there, and then they've got no structure, no one out there to kick, and you can tell they just put a kick in the air, and you know what, hasn't landed alright, right in the corner, but no one knew about it, and there was only one chaser, and unfortunately they've caught it and they've got the ball back now.
Whitehaven trying to win it against the head. Whitehaven now back up to a full complement of 13. Jay Wotherall in at the base of the scrum. Oh, fantastic tackle from Ellison Holgate. Fantastic, but he hasn't forced the error. Swinton being dragged into. I knew straight away did Jordan Thompson. As soon as the contact was made, he threw his head back in the air. 8 minutes to go as Waymaker here at the recreation ground.
Another let off, Joe. It'll give Swinton time to get out now. They won't rush in this, will they? They'll kick long and they'll just complete and keep us down here.
Oh, we've had a tweeting from a Les Cowell as a Cumbrian exile appreciated Shaq slipping in forward earlier on during commentary. There you go, mate. You've got a fan out there somewhere.
Somebody, I'm.
7.5 to go here at the recreation ground. Jordan Thompson in at marker. Openshaw finds Breers, now finds Jamie Redcliffe. Redcliffe's taken down from Jordan Thompson. 35 metres out from their own line here. Openshaw finds Breers, who then come across to Kelly Duffy. They're trying to get him to the touchline. Knock on. Fantastic work from Whitehaven. They forced the error there. And I've got to say, since he's come onto the field, I feel like Mason Luthwaite's been my man of the match. He's been absolutely immense in defence.
Yeah, he's played well. He's changed the game a little bit, Joe. He's slipping this side up. I think they were getting a lot of joy down this side first half, and he's changed that. He's took his ball in well, and Whitehaven's tails up here. I think Whitehaven enough for this now, Joe. I think there's going to be a big 8 minutes for it. I think they've defended well. The second half, they've got off the line and they've put a lot more intent in defence. They're just struggling to finish sets, and that'll come eventually with experience.
Just want to give a shout out to seeing Robert at half time. Just want to give a shout out to Trevor Ennis, normally alongside us in our commentary position to our left hand side. Hasn't been with us in the last few minutes. Hope you keep him well, mate, and hopefully see you again down here soon. But Whitehaven have bought the goal from the base of the scrum. Jake Pearce reintroduced in what is the final interchange for Whitehaven to replace DST. Keller finds Jordan Thompson. Whitehaven now 31 metres out. It's tight between these two sides again. It was tight in January. It was tight in the league meeting in February, back in round 1. Now here at round 14, there's only 4 points separate the two sides. Biggerdike going down that right-hand side. 11 metres out to Whitehaven. Holgate will scoot from dummy half. Will Ellison Holgate.
He's played well second half, George. I think he's playing really good, Ellison.
Weatherall lining Weir at dummy half. It's the 5 and last. Calls right into the hands of Holiday. Looks to put the kick in. It's knocked on. It's dived on. Joe Hartley screams in frustration that left-hand side.
There's another Whitehaven boy who's kicked it. I think we're just struggling that last tackle. Someone to just take control and say, right, we're going to kick in and we'll get there.
Openshaw finds Reddycliffe. Trying to get away. Can't get away from Jack Newbegging. Good work from the halfback. Just over 5 minutes to go as we make it here at the recreation ground. Hasn't been a lot of stoppages in this half. Adam Sidlow's the man to fetch Swinton forward. He has made it to his own 20. Adam Sidlow will lie there for the next 5 minutes if you're allowing Jordan Thompson. You're going to have to allow him to get up. Openshaw finds Reddycliffe once more. And he's done well to bump off Mason Loothwaite there, but Holgate helps him complete the tackle. 5 and last and behind their own 30. It's going to have to be a deep kick here from the Lions. Weatherall will collect it on the full, 25 metres away from his own line. Does well there, Joe Weatherall. He's made 20 metres. So Whitehaven 5 metres away from the halfway line on the first tackle, and it'll be Biggerdike who scoots from dummy half. He's made 15 metres. Anderson Moore's in there at dummy half. And he's done well there as well. So Whitehaven, few tackles left in the bank and 20 metres out. Holgate's in there at dummy half, comes left into the hands of Jack Kellett. Kellett, true and strong from the loose forward. Fourth tackle, 10 metres out, just to the left-hand side of the post. Holgate's in there at dummy half, into the hands of Newbegging, finds Joe Hartley. Hartley bumps off one, comes back, running laterally, looks to put the kick in behind. Knock on! Scrum down, head and feet to Whitehaven. That must be about the 9th different Whitehaven player to kick the ball this afternoon, Marc Shackley.
I don't know what's going on, Joe. I think anyone's having a go trying to solve it themselves, and unfortunately it's come off and the fullback's dropped it, and Whitehaven's got a set now on the 10 metre line. It's all on this one, George.
I must say this every other week. This rugby league club will kill me. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we're doing nothing easy.
I tell you, we'll do it one of these days. Jack Newbegging looking to feed the scrum. 3.5 minutes to go as we make it. Biggerdike over the top. Mitchell Turner! Player one. It's player one.
It looked like he went to catch it with one hand. Why didn't he put two hands out and try and catch it?
No idea. Absolutely.
It looked too easy, didn't he?
Looked far too easy.
Player one.
3 minutes to go as we make it here at the recreation ground.
I don't think that's a bad pass, actually. I think you should catch that in my own eyes and score, but
I get it.
It's player one. I know it's player one.
I get it, but Jamie Reddycliffe's being
pulled
back.
Go on,
put him right back. Go on.
No, it's not.
Oh, you can't. How do you give a penalty? Never. No, I'm not having it. Nah, not a penalty at all.
It's on. They're all in. They're swinging.
Well. There's about 3 different pockets. George Roby's looking to get involved down below, and the water carrier for the Lions have had to pull him back. Just isn't a penalty. It just isn't.
That's not a penalty at all.
Isn't at all.
Still moving.
The only reason it might, and I say it might be a penalty, if there's both feet in the air, he's held. But if there's 1 foot on the ground, then it's not a penalty. But I don't know if the clock's been stopped. If he hasn't, we're into the final 2 minutes. Just Whitehaven will still feel at times so frustrated with some of the decisions they've had out there this afternoon. I still don't know if the clock's been stopped. Still hasn't stopped the clock. Has she stopped it? Still hasn't stopped it. There's 90 seconds to go. She hasn't stopped the clock. So there's been 1.5 minutes lost here. Still hasn't stopped the clock. you know what? We're going to have the hooter before we get this sorted because the clock hasn't been stopped. Connor Holliday and Adam Sidlow's been pulled out as captains. I imagine this is going to go on report, Josh. Imagine for the incident. But the clock still hasn't been stopped. We're into the final minute. And by the time they get us underway, Whitehaven aren't going to have an opportunity because they're going to get the penalty here to the Swinton Lions for, I imagine, obviously the initial outcome. Unless you're going to reverse the penalty if a Swinton man swung first. But I don't imagine a Swinton man has swung first. I make it with 45 seconds to go. And that's it. It's going to be all over. That's going to be game, set and match. Because they haven't stopped the clock as Tara Jones. We've lost 3 minutes in that situation.
I don't think no one realises, Dave. Did I think they're going to go mad a minute when she blows up?
I think, yeah. Well, they didn't stop it. No, but they didn't stop it. So, I make it 15 seconds to go here at the recreation ground. And Swinton will look to fetch his ball forward. Openshaw in at dummy half now finds Adam Sidlow. Will I make time up? And within the final minute. We had 4 to go when that started. Well, 3.5. Openshaw into the hands now with Kelly Duffy. Kelly Duffy. It's the slowest player the ball in the world you'll ever see. Openshaw goes left. Into the hands now with Reddycliffe. Kellett Thompson complete the tackle. Openshaw once more in at dummy half. The 39 metres out here. Comes right into the hands of Kelly Duffy. Finds Adam Jones. 5 and last. Whitehaven might have one more tackle. One more set. Reece Breers.
Got to go for it.
Got to go for it. Jay Weatherall collects the ball. We're into injuries and stoppages. Hands not on the hooter as of yet. Anderson moves in there at dummy half. Into the hands now with Mitchell Todd. Whitehaven I don't think someone's told them within the dying seconds. Hands on the hooter. Holgate in at dummy half. Yeah? Max Anderson Moore. He's through there, Max Anderson Moore. Gets the offload away. Into the hands. Once more. Pierce. Into the hands of Connor Holliday. Connor Holliday's going to go down. Now finds Chris Taylor. Taylor puts a kick forward. It's knocked on. It's on to Jay Weatherall. Jay Weatherall. Jay Weatherall. Oh, he's gone with the ball. The ball. He's gone without the ball.
He held him back.
The goal.
Pulled him back.
Yeah.
No, it's going to penalty.
No, she hasn't. She's blown all over. She's blown all over. She's blown all over. You're right. He was pulled back, Marc Shackley. You are right. And it could have been the most dramatic end you've seen since White the West.